Welcome back to Let's Read Every Sonic comic. I guess not the title, but whatever. This is Super Sonic vs. Hyper Knuckles, and honestly, if you ask me, if you were to start reading Archie comics, I'd recommend starting right here and continuing on with every issue afterwards. I will probably do a video at one point, maybe using my version of a reading order. We'll see. I might do that. I'm not sure when I'll do that, but if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's get into Super Sonic vs. Hyper Knuckles. But yeah, I would recommend starting here because from here on out, it's not going to be as as weird or gag stories, less so. Even the story is not really a serious story, but it's a fun one, so let's get into it. 48-page collector's edition. All right. Super Sonic Hyper Knuckles. Some text I can't read. This Crash of the Titans by Gallagher. Yeah. And of course, Father Son, which is written by, it's a Knuckles story, so you already know who's written by. And unfortunately, penciled by. I'm not going to say his name. All right, let's get into this. Sonic the Hedgehog, report to Nihil Control. Stat, we have a visitor. Knuckles the Echidna. Here comes the express. No way! Crash of the Titans. I'm afraid so. He's walking along the outer edge of the great forest. That's where we tingle last. I'm his great-grandfather. What a non-sequitur. But he never leaves his floating island home. Grrr! That dreadlocker makes my spine tingle. He's up to no good. I'll show you exactly what he's up to. The border of Robotropolis. That red skunk's gonna cut a deal with Robotnik. Why does Sonic think he's going to call Dale Robotnik? They fought, but when has Knuckles ever not fought against Robotnik in the storyline? Not even the first debut issue. I don't think he even teamed up with Eggman in any of these issues, unlike the games. So why does Sonic even think that? Fucking asshole or an idiot. You don't know that, Sonic. I want you to go talk to him. Do you hear? Talk. Gotcha, Sally. Yeah, right. What did the Iron Maker say? 41. They're in a fight by page 6. Meanwhile, what a disgusting mess. That these landlubbers are living proof that genocide was right to abandon technology and revert to being environmentally friendly. What is Knuckles referring to? Stay tuned for Soul and Knuckles stories in Sonic 34 and 36. It wasn't that swell. In fact, that's the very reason I'm here. Just as I was saying, the Mighty Armadillo, one of the Chaotix. I saw it happen. Chaos are all broken in half. But isn't that impossible? In the aforementioned trouble, I don't fucking care. What you told me about those gemstones are the ultimate source of energy source. I was there, Mighty. It can happen. Only I won't let it happen here. Long ago, my ancestors raised Floating Island in the sky. It was powered by a dozen Chaos Emeralds, but not anymore. Described by Knuckles. I hate these taglines. We get it. We read the issues. Now there's only one green gem in the center chamber, and that worries me. I'm the guardian of this island. If that last emerald fails, it could spell doom for everyone. How would you get another one? Good question. Perhaps the answer lies in here. The Book of Myths! I didn't know if Book of Myths even existed. You know that it says it's a Turtle 12, but I don't remember the fucking Book of Myths. Here we are. Chaos Emeralds are mystically linked to magic rings found inside zones. However, legend speaks of one other location where they can be found. The Lake of Rings. It said the pastoral pond can suddenly give off a golden glow. A magic ring breaks the surface. Some say the rings are a byproduct of the emeralds. Others say it's the other way around. Look here, the ring radiates cosmic energy. The lake's location is lost to history. Maybe not. The key word is radiates. You know that Sonic the Hedgehog battles a villain called Robotnik who lives in a radioactive city called Robotropolis. So what if the source of the radiation is pollution? Maybe the Lake of Rings nearby. And where the rings, there could be a Chaos Emeralds. I gotta know. Mind the island for me, Mighty. Don't worry, my matchless strength will keep it safe. And with that, I took off, gliding down here on my dreadlocks. I don't see any mystical lake, just a little grotto on the edge of a metropolis. Hello, what's that? Somebody thought the puddle was important enough to monitor, although this equipment is long past useless. Well, looks to me saving. Maybe I should give this pond the once-over. Ahem! How's this for a once-over? Ugh! Sonic the Hedgehog, Knuckles the Echidna, Cosmic Science Part 2. Why they always do Part 2? We get it, the same storyline didn't change. Sonic the Hedgehog, so you're looking for a brawl, eh? I'd love to, but first I'm required to read this. I like Princess Sally, blah blah blah. The lead department requires, yeah. Offer you 9-line discussion, on and on. Here's what you can do with your legal department. Okay, Redbone, you asked for it. Come on, little boy, Blue. I'm staying here. Not for long. This is my figure eight move. How do you like it? Oh, I ate it. That was an awful pun. Awful, awful pun. Whoa, he's still moving. I'll circle this tree and whack him again. I see the route you're taking, Hog. The route creates a roadblock. The tree moves sideways. Ugh. Stuck in the tree. I always said you were a little sap. Ugh. Put a sock in it, Knuckles. You put a sock in it. I visit a public place and you ambush me. Ugh. By yanking the tree by the roots, he loosened it. Timber! Ugh. Right there, both of you. Sally. Sally? Princess Sally Acorn. Yes, when the landscape starts to suffer, I step in. Everybody calm down. Yeah, well, you saw him. He blindsided me. Sneak, cheat, punk, dork. Alrighty. Yeah, my portable computer Nicole is acting some serious radiation. Thing from the hole in the ground where the tree was. Don't be shy, boys. Take a look down here. Rumble. Snort. Sock and Knuckles, Clash of Titans Part 3. Ow, it's a gateway to an unknown zone. Major. Look at it swirling with magic rings and chaos emeralds. Knuckles, wait. Sorry, Sally, I'm going for it. Hey, you run. Go after him, Sonic. He hasn't changed since we used to spend summers together. Yes, ma'am. Your Majesty. Huh? Pardon me, did you just say something about spending time with Knuckles? Sonic, I really don't think that's your concern. Well, I mean, you and me, we don't have a relationship here yet. Get on the trail, mister, that's in order. He cares. Yes, Sam. She cares. I thought it was true. Get up, Knucklebrain. You got a head start, but I'm faster than you. Pull out your sneakers, you blue bozo. I'm picking this joint clean. That kidnapp's persistent. Looks like I gotta use extreme measures. Come to Papa. It's the only way. Geronimo! As Nuck said, this is rich in rings and emeralds. By juicing to top speed and run over him, I'll hit the magic number. Ugh. And those numbers are 50 magic rings and 7 chaos emeralds. Grumble. She's meaning to supersonic. Oh yeah. Go. 7 and 50A. Okay, I got enough emeralds. 4 short rings, so. Okay, little guy, the gig's up. Your uncle's fighter will be, hey! Make that 3, 2, 1. Bingo. To the side, sucker. Make way for Hyper Knuckles. Imposter copycat. Your powers can compare to mine. You talk too much, Super Hog. Someone to super shut you up once for all. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Christian ripped this artwork here off. I think he did multiple times for this issue. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you can look it up. Not bad, Hyper Knuckles. Your shape has increased 1,000-fold. But that means Super Sonic is 1,000 times faster than before, perhaps you've noticed. I'm gonna cut a piece out of the zone itself. For what? All the bear to smack you with Super Sonic. Ugh! You can't possibly recover so quickly. Yeah, it's Super Sonic, I'm practically invulnerable. How about you, little man? Can you take as good as you can give? Better, chump. Bring it on. Give me your best shot, Hyper Knuckles. You got it, Super Sonic. Golly. Here's your pep. Here's my drinking spot. Drinking water, that is, in case you're wondering. And next page. Bah, is that all you got? Get away from me with that super spin dash. String, you can't stop me that easy. You're coming in counterclockwise, that's unwise. Ugh, you reversed me. But I can use the backward momentum to achieve a super figure eight. Rogue! And I can use my whirling fist like wheels and my feet like feet. Very great dialect. Ugh. That did it, I'm over the edge. I'm already there, let's rumble. The two combatants hurl toward each other in incalculable speed. The imaginable raw energy erupts, literally bending time and space. The walls containing the zone's reality begin warping wildly. The zone can no longer contain itself. It swells, it cracks, it explodes! Nearby, my lord is an earthquake.
No, it's something quite different. Observe.
Energy output readings are off the scale. Dispersion of contents irretrievable.
This is terrible.
You mean because of the potential loss of magic rings and cosmos?
No, I mean because this is a 40-page special. All I get is a 1-page cameo. Someone's going to pay dearly for this. Get my agent the phone.
What was the point of that? Not far away.
Anybody got the number on that cosmic bus?
Easy, Sonic.
Huh? Ooh, Sally, what are you doing in this zone? Thanks to you, that zone's been obliterated. No trace of it. No amounts, no rings, nothing, zero, not a zip. You're blown free and land here back to normal. I don't feel normal. And where's here? Right next to the Lake of Rings, where some people think our monitor isn't working. That's a great camouflage. So what happened? Yes, from Nihil Control. After you guys entered the zone, Adrian Tails, who was monitoring your progress, suddenly we saw it blown to bits. We watched as the very fabric of reality tore apart, ejecting you two maniacs. You landed right next to this lake where it all started. I got my skycycle and flew here ASAP. I appreciate it, Sally. Say, what about? Come on, better get back before Robotic comes snooping. Okay, I was wondering if you... Knuckles went flying in our direction, okay? Never mind our past. Just drop it!
I'll bet you want to know more about the tantalizing tidbit. Of course, they're going to make you write the sonograms.
Yeah, no, I was wondering if we had any chili dogs.
Oh, sorry. The end, almost. Sometime later.
Well, well, look who's home. What's new, Mighty? You are Rad Red. Hyper Knuckles battles Super Sonic at the top of the island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say you tore each other up. They said the zone collapsed, taking all the rings and emeralds with it.
Is that what they say? Well, I say something different. Like mission accomplished.
Full speed ahead, Knux, you got the green light.
Will the Echidna's quest for knowledge end there, or might this be a prelude to another mind-boggling adventure? Stay tuned. Alright, here is technically their first full appearance of a very infamous Archie comic character, Knuckles' dad, known as Locke. He's very infamous because we'll see why. Here's Sonic friendly nemesis, Knuckles. Father and sons! Someday, soon, my son, it'll fall onto your shoulders. This is my hero, isn't it? Mantle, the guardian of the floating island. And you alone will be responsible for all that lies around you.
Wow.
Yes, it is an awesome task, handed down through the generations from our ancestors. Now follow me, for this is what it's all about. A secret passage? To where, father? Where few have gone before, Knuckles.
Ow, I can see why that's a rough on the old tuckus. But now that we're here, father, just where is here, and what is that?
I have a different voice because it's kind of younger Knuckles, so there you go. That, my dear son, is your legacy. You're the Chaos Emerald with the power to keep our entire island aloft over the surface of Mobius below.
Is that all it does?
No, there's much more to the story, but there's only so much you can learn at any given time. For now, let's just say you've been given the basics. For only when you have all the pieces you'll be able to understand.
Be able to understand. Interesting. Now that I think of Archimedes, did sound like my dad.
To be more specific, the words sounded like Dad. The sound of Archimedes' voice sounded different. Couldn't that mean that?
No, it couldn't be.
There's no way Dad could have. Besides, this isn't helping me find the chaotics. Going around, hovering around isn't going to do a lot of good either. Dad would expect me to use my head and think, study the problem before you, and determine the best way to resolve the situation. In the case of that, we have a mysterious globular objects flying around. We haven't any clue to the origins of our intentions. So, my dear Knuckles, what would you say is our first course of action?
I guess I would watch and wait to see what it does first.
Very good, lad. Then what?
But I don't know, I guess it depends.
On what?
Like maybe having to deal with it up close and personal?
In effect, forcing you to make a decision. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. What have you decided? I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to...
You've forgotten one of the most important lessons I've taught you.
Know your enemy. I must admit, my father always would say,
Which,
yeah,
I can't tell pretty young us all muggles. Know your enemy. I admit my father would show me that way. Do you know the way? If only I would pay attention. Still, even Dad couldn't prepare for everything. and no matter how hard I try, I'll never get what happened when we came to it. The Forbidden Zone, my son. Why are we here, father? There is a task I must perform, Knuckles. You are not to come after me, should anything happen. For only you can carry it on as a guardian. That is your responsibility. As for me, I answer the calling of our forebears. No matter how much I would have wanted to, even when I witnessed my father leaping through the wall of energy and vanishing before my eyes. Father! I stayed my ground and watered my father's wishes. It was the hardest thing I'd ever done. But I did. My dad could make a sacrifice time after time. Then how could I not do likewise? Yeah, he just jumps. He fakes his own death for basically, because I said he's a main recurring character, so he basically fakes his own death for basically no reason. Nicholas that just an asshole, and we'll see more of him later on. And yeah, he's gonna be one of the most hateable characters in the comic. Wasn't any picnic for a while after that. I had to keep finding new ways to mess up, like allowing Roger to make a dupe out of me. Thinking it got so bad, I had to pound that stupid hedgehog to save my tail. And when he suggested I form the Keox to a new team, I let the pride get in the way, just otherwise. I didn't want to admit it was time to grow up. And no matter what I did, I couldn't escape the responsibilities that had been handed down to me. My dad did his best to teach me, but even his knowledge that couldn't teach me everything. That some of my answers lay elsewhere. And it's more than likely the Archimedes has a few of these answers. And so I'll get them. For you, Dad, as well as for the Chaotix. Wow. Isn't that swell? And that's the end of this issue. Yeah, the ending is way more is more important because it sets up a lot of stuff in Knuckles comic because it introduces a big main player in Knuckles comics, which is Knuckles' dad, Locke. He doesn't have a name here, but his name is Locke. We'll get to see more of the Knuckles shenanigans. He's the first fan. Actually, technically, he was made as great there in Tales series, so he has the second Knuckles family member. Watch that number go up and up and up and up as we go on. Thank you for watching, and have a swell day.